I'm here. Oh no, the microphone's over there. Oh my gosh. Am I ready? I'm ready. We're ready. Hi, Tammy. Maybe. I pre-scheduled this, and then I usually just schedule it and then turn it on when it's time. But I scheduled it, and then I had to find it again and figure out. It's very confusing. It shouldn't be that confusing. But here we are. Can you hear me? Hopefully. I made it. Okay. Awesome. Oh, it's February. And here we are. And we've been doing this for a while. And okay. I hope Tammy didn't leave. Hopefully she's still here. Let's see. I had a whole list of things I wanted to show you and tell you and do tonight. And hopefully I can remember what they all are. I have a list, so I can. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. And I'm glad you're here. And seems like there's an awful lot going on tonight. So thank you for being here. Okay. Happy Tuesday. I'm going to work in my idea book tonight because I did some cleaning over the weekend and I found the things that I had collected to put into my idea book before I made the idea book. So I'm going to kind of add those things to my idea book tonight, and I need to decorate them a little bit because they're kind of like bare bones ideas right now. And I can fix it. Should I leave it? Should we fix it? Hi, Julia. Hi, Tammy. I'm so glad you guys are here. I wasn't sure when Casey was going to be done, so I was going to wait and come over when he was done. I wanted to show you guys. I was going to show you my image transfers, but I have a video coming out tomorrow where I did image transfers using a jelly plate. I was talking to Tammy about this, and it came out really, I got one of them to work really, really well. And I made a video, and that's coming out tomorrow. So look for that. And I made it short. It's like less than 8 minutes long. So it should be really easy to watch. And did I prepare for tonight? No, I didn't. And then the other thing that I did this week, and I know Tammy was there, and I don't know if Julia saw this, but there's the altered chocolate box, and that's still going on. So tomorrow, look for the video out from Cheryl at Reckless Hill Farms. And she's doing just a regular video, I think, and I will put a link to it when I find it up on my community page. So you can find it that way and see what she does with hers, because they're cool. And I did mine yesterday, and thank you for coming and seeing. But this is what I did. It was my box. I showed it last week too. Love it. Love the way it came out. I want to work in my idea book, so I'll probably Yeah, you should make one because that's the awesome part is, you're going to eat some chocolate anyway. And so you might as well, save that box. Had to eat the chocolate. Had to eat the chocolate to get to the box. It's kind of funny because I do get really excited about a good box, and it's kind of like, I mean, do I care what's in it? Kind of, maybe. If it's chocolate, I probably care. I put all my Happy Mail in here that I have already, putting it to work. Woohoo! I'm going to have to fix this. Let me fix the camera because, this is kind of hard. Oh my gosh. I'm not the worst. Let's see. What happens if we click you around? Who set up this camera? Wasn't me. Okay. There you go. How's that? That looks better. Everything's right side up at least. Okay. I guess I could have turned this around. That might have been, well, I mean, I can't turn everything around. Okay. So Cheryl is doing it. Casey just did his, which was, of course, awesome. If you know and follow Casey Street, he did his box and he had a tin and it was absolutely amazing. So you can go and check him out. I will post the schedule too, and I'll post the link for Cheryl's. Yeah, I know you were there. Thank you, Julia, for coming and seeing that. I don't think there's anybody else here yet. There will be people here. Oh, there are more people here. Good. Okay, so this is my idea book. Well, hold on. First, I wanted to show you, before I get into the idea book, we'll pull this out in a minute. This is the idea book. I love it. Look, it's got an eyeball in the spine. I have a video out how I made this. I thought it was really cool how I made this spine because it grows. So I have all these things that I made for my idea book, which, as you can see, well, this thing is probably pretty done. But some of these things are just kind of book page, and I need to decorate them and find them a home. So that's what I'm going to work on tonight. So putting ideas into my idea book, and I'm going to make a tag, which I did just have out. I'm going to make a hidden journal card tag, and I was thinking it would be cool to, because it's hidden and it's a tag, but it's got a hidden journaling space on the inside. And I was thinking it was, the tech guy thinks that he should get a raise in pay, Tammy. He does. He thinks he needs a raise in pay. We can negotiate that for him. Yes. Hey, Michelle. How are you? So welcome. I'm glad you're here. I am feeling totally and completely unprepared. I was just telling everybody to check out the Altered Chocolate box tomorrow. And I was going to post that later. When I see Cheryl's video, I was going to post it on my page so people can find it. And I don't know where my tag went. So we might have to just make it up without a sample. It's cool. So it's a tag, and it has a journaling card that you pull off the top of the tag, and it's hidden. And so I was thinking it would be cool to do some sort of like mixed media, fun, like nice, gentle tag on the outside, and then some sort of wild, let your freak fly tag on the inside. So I thought that could be fun. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And you can see how to make this tag, which I just pulled out. And now I don't see where I put it. because of course I don't. It's got to be around here somewhere. I am totally unprepared. I should have left it in my pile. Okay. But first, I wanted to show you, I've been working in my Commonplace notebook, and I have this notebook. Oh no, is she still sick and voiceless? I thought that was like last week she had laryngitis and couldn't do her like Christmas cards. Oh no. Well, that's exciting. I wonder if Tender could step in, but it's kind of last minute. Anyway, this is my Commonplace notebook, and this is a book that I had for, I made it a couple of years ago, and it is just an empty notebook. I made it with IT dyed, coffee dyed. Actually, I think this is avocado dyed. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. I wish I could find the sample that I have to show you because that would be really cool. It'll probably show up here soon. I'm sure it'll show up. I wonder if it fell on the floor because sometimes that happens, right? I can't find the thing because I dropped it on the floor. Nope, that's not where it's at. Okay. But I have this journal and it's got like 240 pages in it. And so I finally decided what to do with it. Because it's a pretty journal. It's just kind of plain and boring. I stuck my Zentangle sampler in here because I feel like this is a good place to put it in your Commonplace notebook. And a Commonplace notebook is really just a place to keep notes about things. I don't know. I'm trying to make it be things where I'm doing research or want to learn about something, right? So I'll probably eventually put some sort of an envelope or something in here. And this is avocado dyed paper, and it's legal size paper. So this has like huge pages. Okay, well, we will, I'm sure Cheryl will get it done. It's just a lot to shoot a video. It took me forever to edit mine, and I don't know why. It just took me forever to make mine. Okay. Well, I'm sure she'll get it done. She'll get it done. I mean, stuff happens too, so it'll be fine. So I just started writing in here, but I decided, I know that a lot of people have been doing Commonplace notebooks, and the Mary Atelier is doing, that's her project for the year for her members. So I decided to go ahead and jump in and start making notes about stuff. And over the weekend, I did a whole bunch. So like here, I was talking about how I was doing some plant care for my philodendron, and I drew a picture. And then I found this leaf. I was doing an ABC journal, and I found this, like, it was a dictionary page talking about different kinds of leaves, which I always wish I knew more about those. So I kind of took that and put that in here. Here I just needed a list of things that I had done, so I felt like I'd done something. I was talking about like the 50 stack challenge, but mostly I'm kind of switching over more to less journaling, because I have a journal, like a notebook that I use as a journal and put things in. So I'm kind of trying to keep this more about things that I'm learning And so when I was getting ready to do the quilt blocks thing, I looked up some quilting patterns and made just some ideas and wrote down some ideas of like quilting patterns. And then here I was just kind of writing a theme for each day of the week, like Mixed Media Monday, Together Tuesday, because that's when I do my lives, Winnowing Wednesday, mostly because the trash goes out on Thursday, so it's a good day to kind of get rid of stuff. And I'll remember to do it because it goes with the trash. Thank You Thursday, which is a day where I do things, I make things for other people, which I thought was kind of a cool thing. This Thursday, I think I'm going to work on a journal that I'm making for birthday present, and I can make birthday cards and thank you cards and Christmas cards on Thursdays. Finish it Friday so that I can go into the weekend with maybe having done some things. Scrappy Saturday because I gotta get rid of the scraps. Sunday fun day where I get to do whatever I wanted to do that I didn't get to do during the week, you know? Because I had to do all these other things. And then I did one kind of, this is so I can make a list. I forgot about this. What is this? I just did this last week. I think it was like actually 2 weeks ago that I did this, honestly. But this was like a calendar, so I could write down like Monday what I did. You can do this one. Oh, January's over. How sad. Anyway, well, I guess we'll make a February one. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? This was, I'm showing everybody, we know you'll get it done, Cheryl. I'm sorry you haven't been feeling well. I kind of want to help. I wish I could help. Okay. I went to, right before it snowed here, I went to this Brantley Esley museum exhibit, and he does like all of these. He takes a picture of like weird things that he's found outside of his studio, which is on Summer Ave, which is kind of a questionable place in Memphis. And so he's taken pictures and like hung them all over the gallery walls on these like 12 by 12 photographs. And when you see them all together, it's very, it's interesting to look at. But he does like a lot of like paper crafting too. Like he does things like this, and this is like, I think this one, he took all these like encyclopedia pages from an entire set of encyclopedias. This is like P. And he rolls the pages, but he takes some of the images out and like frames them in the rolled pages. And then it becomes this whole like huge thing. And he has one for like all the letters of the alphabet from the encyclopedia, which is very much a junk journaling kind of a thing. So that was super cool. I liked going to see that. So I came home and I wrote about it. In here, because he had a lot of collections of things, which was inspiring me to work in my Commonplace notebook. I'm getting there. I'm getting there to where this is like a good practice. And then I was writing the notes from when I did my jelly plate transfers. Like I said, I have a video coming out tomorrow where I show you how it worked out, which it worked out beautifully, and I'm super excited about that. And then I made this collage from some pictures I got from Antoni Gowdy, and I was in a live, and who was there? Yolanda from Devon Rex for Art was talking about her scabby journal, and she's going to do one of the prompts is to do a page that's like inspired by a master artist, and this is the artist she was going to do, so I got to go learn about him. And then it's always handy to have a moon calendar so you know when the next full moon is coming for you, which the next one is, when is the next full one? Like March 3rd. So I got that. This I got off of Reddit. I had it a couple nights ago, or a couple of years ago. I think I have a 2023. It's really cool. Hey, Thunder. Hi, Debbie. How are you? That's what I always do. I always get ready while I'm watching something, and then I have to turn it off to concentrate and talk so that people can hear me. You guys can probably hear. So there's something playing on the TV downstairs, and IT guy is outside trying to melt ice with his car so he can get his car out of the backyard because the gate is closed and he can't open it because it's still got ice. So there's lots of noise around me tonight. Plus the cats didn't get thrown out. Oh, and then I got this map of Australia so I could figure out where the heck Cairns was, because apparently the cyclone was hitting way up here in Australia. And then I figured I could stalk all my Australian friends and put them on this map. I thought that would be fun for my thing. And I can learn some more about Australia. So I know when people are talking about whether they're in Victoria or Queensland, then I know what the heck they're talking about. Oh, and Thunder is here. And look, I was watching. She had ideas, and I made notes in here for curly cute paper clips, which I put in my idea journal, which I'm going to work on in a minute. See? Thunder made these, and they're cute. So I put it in my idea book, or in my Commonplace book, so I have a note on how to do it. Not that it really needs a note, but the more places I have it written down, the more likely it is I'm going to remember to go see it. And of course, Thunder did not have hers on just like a paper clip hanging out in her book. She actually put a flag on it, but I'm slow and I haven't done that yet. And that, I think, is show and tell for this week, guys. That's the show and tell that I've got. Although I will show you my idea book too, because that's what I'm doing. All right. All right, Cheryl, I was saying, I don't know if you were here, that when you do get your video posted, I will find it and I'll post it on my channel so that I can do whatever I can to, send people your way to see your box. Okay. So that is my Commonplace notebook. And what I've been doing in there for the whole last, for all year. All year, guys, I've been working on this. I know, it's not very much to show for it. It's actually pretty incredible. Thank you, Thunder. All right. So I made this idea book a couple of weeks ago. I made a video about it because it has this cool spine, which I mean, it's just a regular spine, but it is like, I mean, I think it's almost 3 inches across. And it has an eye peeking out, which I thought was really fun. It was just really wanted to have lots of space in here. Well, I mean, if I'm not up when you upload it, I'll find it when tomorrow. The idea book, exactly. And so Pam started this whole idea, and she does on Saturday nights at the beginning of her live, she does a couple of I was just using things on my desk, and there happened to be an eye floating around, and I thought it'd be fun to put it peeking out. So a lot of these ideas are from Pam's live, and she does a couple of ideas for pockets and fun things. And I started making them, and then I didn't have anywhere to put them. So then I had to make an idea book to go along with it, but it took me a while because it was also December. So this is a cool idea, and this is just, you take a piece of paper and you fold it into fourths and put a piece of cardstock or paper on it. And I think this was 12 by 12, and this is probably 9. It's got to be 9, I would think. Anyway, I guess it's 8.5. And then you put this on here, and this can hang on here, but it's a journaling spot. So you can fold it out, which is kind of a cool idea. And I have all of these things, but what I wanted to do was to make a tag that is got a hidden journaling spot on the inside. And don't know where the thing went. I had one to show you. Very sad. Well, you'll just have to take my word for it. And I will make another one and show you how it's done. Thank you. So is what you need. IT guy has a cat, and his name is Berticroot. And somebody who was asking and saying that they had never seen Berticroot. And I think it was Frida. And she was saying that she had never seen Berticroot online because he doesn't come online very often. It's just not his thing. I think because he belongs mostly to the IT guy. They're friends. So I did look on the floor. The foley out is really cool. It is very, very cool. I mean, the thing is like, I just had it. You know? And I feel like I should have just left it where it was because I knew right where it was until I went to go check on it and it disappeared. As happens. It seems like that is just what happens. Well, only the hidden journal part is supposed to be hidden. You know? The tag itself is not supposed to be hidden. Not this hidden, because this isn't doing anybody any good. What else did I move? What else did I move? I was playing around with these things. Those are fun. But those are just, I mean, doodles, really. Poor baby kitty. Let's see. It was in here, okay? Where it was supposed to be with all the other journaling cards, right? And then I moved it so that I would have it and put it into that, you know, special spot where nobody can find it. Instead of leaving it with the mushrooms and the gnomes where, you know, it would be safe. Okay. Well. Okay. At this point, it'd be easier to just make a new one, which is what we were going to do anyway. Yay, shrooms. I know what you were thinking. Those are the ones that I've made from this 50 stack challenge. And I feel like, I don't know. So that's from hashtag 50 stack challenge, and Amy at Crafty Cat puts this challenge on, and she has a bag that's got 50 prompts in it, and she pulls 2 every week. And so you make 2 pieces of ephemera. I decided to do journal cards because I felt like I needed 50 journal cards because that's what I thought I needed. You don't have to. You could do like whatever ephemera you want, and you can change it every week so you don't wind up with like a stack of journal cards. But it was really cool because now I feel like I have this stack of journal cards, but they're all each one's kind of this like little mixed media masterpiece. So it's kind of fun. I like it. So what I'm going to do to make this hidden tag, I think, is I am going to take this piece of cardstock and this, what I want to do is just use half of it. So I can make 2 out of this. 1 sheet of cardstock. Why not? And basically, I am going to, I got this out so I can use it to try and make a tag, although this never really works for me. Oh, hey, look, my die cut's on the back of here. Okay. So I'm pretty sure. So I have this. That's just basically a card now. And I'm going to make it into a tag. I guess I could make it a little bit thinner if I wanted to. So it'd be kind of a little bit more tag shape. But let's try it this way. Okay. This is 2.5. And this never seems like it works for me, because it seems like it should be pretty easy, right? I'm never quite sure why this doesn't work. But have this, you put this on here, you line the tag up, and then I should be able to turn this over, line this up at the top of the tag at 2.5 at the same place, right? And then when you cut it, it should be the same as this. And I don't think that's going to do it. I don't think it's going to do it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It doesn't look right. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Glad you could make it. Happy Tuesday. I could bake them into a tarot deck. I have a book, a tarot book that I was making, which I need to finish. It would be fun to make your own tarot deck. Did you go into work today, Lisa? Is all your snow melting? Okay. So now I have a tag And is what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the top off of my tag from here to here. And you probably want to use a paper cutter with this and do this neatly and have it be a whole thing. Because this is going to be your hidden part. For this. So cut through both of those. Okay. So now I have a tag with its head cut off, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay. And then I'm going to get a piece of watercolor paper to kind of sandwich in here. Thank you so much.
Do you want that popped out?
I think it's fine the way it is. Thank you. I told you this was going to get weird. We're starting to decapitate tags and all kinds of stuff. So what I was thinking would be fun would be sorry, I reorganized some things and now I don't know where things are at because I moved them from where they were. Okay. It's funny because when it was I went in today. So today was my first day back. I was kind of ready to get out of the house for a little while. But I don't have to drive as far. So let's see. How big do we want this? So we probably want this to be about the same. So that's going to be, we want this to be a little bit less because we want it to be able to slide in and out of our card, right? So, I mean, I can sit here and think about it, but this is 4 1/4. So if we make this like, how do we make this like 3 3/4 wide? We're going to make 2 of them too, right? I would normally think about this more and actually do the math, but you know what? Measuring is just better. And then eyeball this. I suppose you could leave the bottom part of this open. And that would probably be okay if you just close the side. Let's try that because I think that will work just as well and maybe better. It'll give you more room at the bottom. Then you could probably go like almost all the way from the top of your tag to the bottom of your tag. But is what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to wind up cutting this piece in half is what I'm going to do because and this should be 9 inches. So I probably want to cut this at 4.5. Okay. I think that that's why the fact that you cut the top off of this tag and it's a little bit, I don't know, it kind of does lend itself to being a little bit weird on the inside, you know? So I figured, why not make our card a little bit weird on the inside, right? Also, because I think the first time I saw somebody make one of these, it was a scarecrow at Halloween at fall. And it was really kind of a cute like scarecrow, but it was like his head was at the top of the tag and he pulled his head off, which I thought was a little bit weird. So I thought it would be fun. Yes, I went to work today and it was fine. The roads were actually pretty good. And I also drove Brandon to work, so I had to go all the way from basically downtown down to pick him up and then all the way back downtown. So that was also a fun extra adventure. And down south, the roads were a little bit worse, but hey, it was passable. It was passable. Okay, so I have cut this piece of watercolor paper so it will slide down inside of here. And now I'm just going to check and make sure this is all going to work. But basically that'll go inside of there. And then I'm going to glue this tag back onto this piece of watercolor paper. And this is where you kind of got to be a little bit fidgety, fussy about it and make sure that it all lines up so it looks right. Right? So you glue that in there. And then you can glue this pocket shut. I think I'm going to put that down like that. Well, actually, I think I'm going to line these up like this. I do think I'm going to line them up so that's like a square. Okay. Oh, I have November Wild here. And she is hunting bugs because there's a bug that has been flying around in here. It's actually a new bug. That is definitely not the same bug. There's always something flying around in here and she's always chasing it, but I don't think she ever catches them because they never seem to go away. Or maybe there's just a lot of them up here. I don't know. I don't know. I would say that you're not doing a very good job because this should be kind of your job to, like, you know, make sure that there's no things living in the house that aren't supposed to be living in the house. If you can't even take care of a little bit of a bug, then, I mean, what are you doing really to earn your keep, cat? And like I said, I mean, she seems to be very interested in the bugs. She just doesn't, not very good at catching them. Not very good at earning her keep, November Wild. And now she's over here sleeping in her spot where she's supposed to be, which is very good. So I have lined this up and glued it on here, so it's never going to come off. But so you're lining this up so that it is in the center of here. Okay. And then I just have to put this one back on. Okay. And then we can decorate the outside of this however we want. These are not quite the same, so you want to make sure you get them back in the same position they were in. So everything lines up. So it looks like you did not chop the head off of this tag. Okay. So now we have the tag and it is reassembled. Well, almost. I think I'm going to leave the bottom of this open because I don't really see any point in closing it necessarily. But I am going to glue the side of this down. I want to get just on the very edge because with the glue, I did not leave myself a lot of room. She's a sweetheart. I love Nova. She is the sweetest kitty. She's just very different. We have 4 cats around here. And she is very much... She's always very, very... concerned about you if you're upset. And she is also kind of a busybody and likes to tell you what to do. And is very demanding. So, there's all that too. Okay, so now we have a card and it can slide into our pocket tag just like so. And there you go. So now we can decorate the outside and the inside. And for the idea book, I think I might. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I haven't even really started. I made the idea book. I've made some of the ideas to fill it, but I haven't really started. So I'm not sure what I want to do with this because there's a couple of different ways I feel like I could go. And I could like write notes for different things that I'm doing. I mean, it can probably drag the cat back. Mr. Airsofty. didn't know you were there. Did you say hi yet, Mr. Airsofty? Okay. I kind of want to skip to the part where we decorate the inside. And like I was saying, I was thinking it would be fun to do the inside tag kind of mixed media, arty, fun, weird stuff, and kind of keep the outside kind of, proper and not too exciting. And then all the, secret stuff could be in the secret inside of the tag. Okay. That's where I'm going with this because, hey, why not? Let's see if I can excuse me. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get the watercolor paper that I have and the cardstock into my hole punch here, but guess what? We did. So that's the first challenge. The second challenge is seeing if I can actually punch this. I need to get just a regular hole punch. Sometimes I feel like that would be the easiest thing, would just be have a regular hole punch. Let's see. So that's just a scrap of paper that I stamped yesterday. We could use that. That would be easy, right? This was just a piece of paper that I had that I didn't want to throw away because it was kind of a nice big piece of paper. This is really nice copy paper, so I watercolored on it, stamped on it. I think we can probably use this. That's what I think. Okay, let's see. We'll have to cut a little bit of this off. I think I'm just going to put this on the front. Well, we did leave the bottom open, which doesn't really matter. I think for this, I'm going to go ahead and just do something like that. Would absolutely work. My sister sent me a package, just kind of out of the blue. I guess she'd been collecting things for me. And she sent me a package. And it had this stamp set in it. So I was playing with the stamp set. And it had the sunflower. I think because she loves sunflowers and some flowers and some script and some butterflies. It was very nice of her. And it had a stuffed llama. And it had a Van Gogh card. Let's see, what else? That's going to go in my And she sent me a, hello, Di, are you back from your interview? How did it go? She sent me a calendar from 2004 that's got gorgeous images in it. No, it's really pretty. I'm going to use it for something. Well, you'll have to let us know when you find out. I'm sure you are brilliant. Meanwhile, I have bravely made a tag and chopped the top off of it so I could stuff it with a journaling card. That's what I've been doing. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully they were just trying to get rid of her. I wish we could all be crafters and be rich. Hopefully Tammy's sweetheart is going to win the lottery for her birthday. That would be nice. Oh, man. That's too bad. Next time. Okay, we're going to put more glue on the side because this kind of shiny pearlescent cardstock I used does not want to have this glue stick to it. So, of course, the answer is more glue. Okay, so I guess we could put a butterfly or something on this that's kind of like raised or something. That would be kind of fun. But I want to kind of skip to this. Okay. Now, you could use this as just like a normal journaling spot. Well, I mean, it's day job's a nice thing to have. Fall back on. So, what I was thinking would be, I mean, you could have like a normal journaling spot in here, but and that would be okay, whatever. But I was thinking it would be fun to, I don't know, maybe put something a little more, what was I saying? Your inner freak. Let's let the inner freak kind of out in here. Since it's going to be covered up, nobody's going to know it's there. Unless, they go digging through our hidden spots. Right? Hi, Carol. How are you? I'm doing ideas in my idea note, my idea journal. And I am doing a tag with hidden journaling spot. And I don't know, maybe because it's Valentine's Day, I'm going to put my heart inside this tag. Because, what else would you put in a journaling spot in a hidden tag? I don't know if this one works. I hope everybody's having a good night or a good day. I did. I got like I think 7 or 8 subscribers in the last just since like since the curiously altered chocolate box. Hi Cheryl. How are you? Glad you can make it. I am putting ideas into my idea journal, which is where I keep all of my best ideas for my junk journal. So today I am making a tag that has a hidden space for journaling or, keeping your inner freak nice and safe and hidden. Oh, we got ink everywhere. Okay, well, that wasn't quite dry. Ready for spring already? It's only just February. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm kind of ready for spring because it would be really nice to have it warm up and be nice and not have to worry about all this. But also, I mean, I don't want the year to go by so fast because I'm really, really shocked that it's already February. I don't know where January went. Thank you. I was thinking I would have to think of a giveaway for when I get 500 subscribers. Well, I'm glad you stopped in, Cheryl. I think I'm getting ready for Valentine's Day. Also, my idea book might be curiously anatomy themed. I didn't plan it that way. That just seems to be the way that it's headed so far. I do have like a Grey's Anatomy that was like a cheap edition from like Barnes and Noble or something that I got for $5. So I have like all these like anatomy pictures. I also have an Anatomy of the Rat textbook, which is kind of really pretty. I should show you guys that. Oh my gosh. Did you get your neurographic to look like neurons in the like brain cells? Because those are always cool when they look like that. I'm looking way too far away for this. Yeah, originally my plan was for the idea book to be really just a, junk journal idea book with, pockets and ideas for pockets and stuff and different things to use as pages. But it seems to be becoming something different. So we'll see. It doesn't have to. It can just be a pockets place. But just maybe some things that you didn't expect. Just a few things you didn't expect. Well, I think that one of the things about neurographic art is you don't have to be like, it's really like neurographic art and Zentangle are really kind of meant to be sort of meditative or therapeutic, maybe even practices. So, and it's really like things anybody can do. They are, you don't need to know a lot of like art techniques or have really even a lot of like materials to do it. But they do kind of have, like, if you want to do them correctly, especially if you like Neurographica, because Neurographica, I was in a group and they were very stringent about what it was and what it was not. And it's really just learning to draw the lines and kind of letting the lines lead you. And then, filling in the like intersections, you like round those off and it has like a different meaning and it softens it. But there's different meaning in like, I think some of the different shapes and stuff that you can kind of learn to interpret. Because I did do it on a group with like Facebook that was like actually people who are, practitioners of the practice. But it is supposed to be kind of meditative and guided. And Zentangle is the same way. It's Zentangle because it's supposed to be And it is, if you can kind of let it go and just learn and practice the shapes. Some people are better at it, but all you really need is a pen and some paper, and you can do it. And you do kind of lose track of time and kind of get lost in the line work, which is really kind of cool. Yeah. Because you draw circles to mean like one thing, and then the lines kind of go out from that. And those can be like different thoughts. So exactly. If you have fun with it, then I mean, you have fun with it. And I really do think that, like, the way that your brain, like, if you only talk all the time, I do think that, like, if you're drawing and if you're doing being creative, or if you do dance, there's different ways to express yourself and to like express your emotions. And I think drawing is one of those. And it doesn't have to be like really, I mean, something recognizable, like doing a practice like Neurographica, or doing a practice like
Sister Nightly 90 Journal.
or Zentangle, like really lets you like kind of tap into that without, and it's easier because you're not expected to like necessarily make things that look like, oh, that's a horse or that's a flower. And that is kind of cool. I just kind of I want to go back to like drawing every day. So I was going to do that for like the 100-day challenge. Is anybody going to do the 100-day challenge? I will check it out, Cheryl. Because the next 100-day challenge starts February 22nd. And I was thinking that I want to draw every day. Just a little tiny drawing. And I might post them on my YouTube community. is what I'm thinking, rather than making a video every day. So I feel like that's too much to do every day. But I can post them on my channel. My sister alarm, I know. I need to train them to come on to see me, at least on Tuesdays. I haven't done it. I want to make it like really, really easy to start out with. I'm sure by the end it'll be very complicated because that's what I do. But it's okay. I started last year, at the end of last year, I started drawing. I'd pick YouTubers from their thumbnails and draw their faces if they had interesting expressions. So I was thinking that would be a really cool, thing to do. Yeah, I just want it to be something that's like 15 or 20 minutes of time because, yeah, otherwise I think doing something every single day is gonna, for 100 days, gets to be an awful lot. If it's like, a full oil painting every day, that's too much. And if I have to make a whole video for it, I think that would also be too much. But I think if I do a small drawing, I think I can manage that. Yeah, I can see that. But I also really like the idea of having at the end of it this whole work of things that you've created. Or something that's just easy to incorporate, right? Because that is true. I was watching somebody flip through theirs from last year and they had a book and they just did did a background, or they were making collage fodder. So they just did a different mixed media technique on every page. And that was really cool. And then they had a whole book where they could just rip pages out for collage fodder. And some of them were watercolor and some of them were like doodles. And I know that some of hers, she had skipped some days and made up some days. It was really, really fun to watch and see like everything that she had done. But Juju's idea is cool too, because she's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to go live every day for 100 days. And she's still doing that. But I think the way that works is that she has a lot of different options for things that she can do within like a live, because she can do, anything she wants or needs to do. I'm just doing doodles, but these like little circles with the dots in them kind of look like suckers, so it's maybe like an octopus. And there are 8 of them. That is awfully early to have to be up, Tammy. Cheryl, I was just showing everybody my 50 stack challenge, and I'm a little bit behind, but I decided to do journal cards. So I'm up to, I can't remember, 40. I know I've done at least 40 journal cards. So I have a stack of them. It's not 100. It's only going to be half of that. But they are all, in response to a different prompt. But they do all start to kind of look a little bit, they feel like they're all a little bit the same. But they also all feel like they're like wonderfully different. So I don't know. Some of them are really different, and some of them are basically the same thing. And I had these out again. Why? Because I did. And I haven't used any of them because I'm going to wait until I finish the 50 stack challenge so I can have my whole entire stack of 50 together before I use any of them. I found it! It's right here in the middle. Look at that. I was looking everywhere for this. Wonderful, Tammy. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great night. I found it. I looked everywhere for this, and I couldn't find it. And this is the sample of the tag that I'm making. See? It's a tag with a hidden journaling spot inside. Ta-da! See? Oh my gosh. Okay. I know what I'm doing. It's just one of those nights. There you go. I love irises. Aren't they pretty? Okay. Now that we've made this one so you can see it, this one's better anyway. So definitely 1,000 times better. You and me both, Cheryl. I don't have quite that much yet, but I'm on my way to 3 boxes. And that was what I was going to do in January. Now January's over. But I do have this one journal that I'm filling. And I did sort out everything to make 2 more. So, maybe next month. I just think about how easy those journals will be, like, once you get them made. You just fill them right up. That's what I tell myself. All right. So there you go. We have a tag. We need to put something here. We have nothing out, so we'll have to go find something. What else? I still think that maybe we could put something else on here. But I've been watching Louise Heinzel, and she's always talking about the inner freak. So we made a little bit of, I don't know, graffiti weird art to go inside our tag, but we can hide it and look normal on the outside like we like to do. There's a message there. So pretty. Let's see. This one's pretty. I think that will go. I think that will go. Okay, let's use that. Oh no. Sorry, Thunder. Maybe next Tuesday we could do a joint live if you want to, Thunder. Because I haven't done that, but that could be fun. I will send you a message. I do think it's a very pretty one. but it is, let's see, so it's Tuesday, every Tuesday, and I start like at this time 2 hours ago though. But I'll send you a message and we'll set it up. So that would be fun. And I have to figure it out how to do it the best way. I don't know why I thought this was the box I wanted. Cool. Blue and green are my favorites. I really like the card inside. I think it's very kind of surprising. Not what you expected, was it? Haha. Okay, that's what you get for snooping in my journal and reading my secret messages. Okay. So I think I have one other idea that I wanted to put in here. One other idea. Put that there. Because I like the yellow and the brown together. I'm just going to clip that on with a paper clip. Okay. Well, there's just one thing. And the other thing that I wanted to do was, let's see. I did this. I wanted to make another tag that had, or I guess I could do a journal card with the die cuts. And I don't really want to do die cuts right now, but we'll see. I probably have something I can use, but I wanted to do something like that and just use the same technique as this to make a tag or a journal card or something to put in there. I guess I can make a background. You could probably just do this on the background right into your thing. I did a really, really good job of cleaning and organizing my craft room. So good at that job, in fact, that I now cannot find anything at all. tiny leaves. I guess you could use punches. It would take a long time. I'm looking in here because I sometimes have a whole bunch of like punches that I've already die cuts that I've already die cut. But these ones I already painted some way. Oh, look, I forgot I made this little bird. That was cute too. Okay. I mean, most of these I just cut extras when I'm cutting something for something else. Then what I really need for this is just kind of plain die cuts will work just fine. Yeah, I like these leaves. I just cut a bunch of these in white cardstock. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, we have a plan. All right. So I think what I want to try and do is do 2 die cuts together. All right. Now we have way more. This is cardstock. So I'm going to punch these. Die cut these out of this white cardstock. I don't think I need too many of them. These things, let's use these big ones. That's what we want. Okay. Oh, Doodle Danny. Hello, Doodle. What a surprise. I didn't know you were going to come up here to say hello. I know. I didn't even put you in the picture. I didn't. Your ears are cold. Your ears are frozen. You have cold ears. You'll hang out all night, won't ya? Oh, see? It's faster if you cut them 2 at a time. I think we only probably need like maybe 3 of these. So I guess it doesn't really matter that much if I switch them, right? No. Does not. All right. Everything slid, so I think we're done. Okay. Okay. So is what I think I'm going to do is, well, first I need to pop out all the little inside pieces, which is really why I was hoping I could find some, but I had already done and already had finished. Thanks everybody for coming and crafting with me tonight. I appreciate your being here and playing along. On your Tuesday night. It's really a lot of fun for me to share what I've been doing. And I do have a video where I did a tutorial on how to do a magazine transfer jelly print. And that's coming out tomorrow. And it's like all of 8 minutes long. I was trying to make it super succinct. Just the facts. Because I worked on it for a little while and I figured out what was working for me. So I thought I would make a video and share with you in case you want to try it. Because you can get some really cool printed images that way. What I did not get to work for me is I wanted it to work for, like I have a laser printer and I wanted to be able to do it from a laser printer. And I couldn't get it to do it from printouts from my printer. Although I saw somebody who was doing it from laser printer copies from, like they were commercial copies though, not on a home printer. So I don't know if that was the issue and my home printer just doesn't print enough toner. But I rather, actually, is what I decided was it didn't work because my printer doesn't print onto anything that's not just regular copy paper. And I think it needs to be, it would really help if it was on glossy. Because I think if it does have enough toner down, it probably absorbs into the paper. Because my printer, every time I put anything in it but plain copy paper, it doesn't go through and it jams and I'm not going to mess with that. I'll have to find other ways to do what I wanted to do. Thunder, you're still here. Okay. Let's get rid of all these little hole punches. Oh wait, there's more. We missed one. We missed one. We missed one. I need to start exercising again because last spring I was walking. I was trying to do at least 10,000 steps a day, which is a lot of steps. And I was doing a really good job for like months and months, but then I just kind of got busy and did stop doing it. So I'm hoping when it starts to get warmer, I'll start walking again. I don't know why I'm hoping that. I mean, I just have to decide and do it. But it's kind of, oh, yeah, because it's hard when you have all these things that you feel like you have to do every day. Like if you're doing a 100-day challenge, you have to do something for 100 days in a row and go for a walk. Then it starts to be, a lot of things. But I don't know. I did it last year. I don't know how I did it last year, but I did do it last year. Let's see. We are in the mood to cut things in half tonight. So I might take this card and cut it in half. I also had a piece of watercolor paper left over here somewhere. It's gone now. It is gone now. I think that's too small. Okay. I don't even know whose phone that was because that was not my phone. I think that's IT's phone, guy's phone that's set up to ring on my computer for some reason. Because whoever calls me on a Tuesday night, scam likely, is really the only one. Okay. I started this. I said that I was going to do 2 Do we need to do 2? I don't think it's necessary to do 2. I'm just going to do 1. Okay. What I do think is what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these down with matte medium or probably gesso. I have clear gesso here and that'll work. So let's, what do I have? You know what I have? I have all of these jelly plate things that I was making, and where I was doing magazine transfers, and these are no longer good for magazine transfers, so they can be used for gluing things down. All right, we're going to do a single layer again because I think that that's going to work just fine. And we'll just adhere these leaves down with some clear gesso, maybe. If we can get enough on there. And these are going to be cool because they have a lot of details on them. So it's going to work well for this technique. Because I have lots of die cuts and I never know what to do with them, because once you get them out, you just have a die cut that's kind of, I mean, it's interesting, but then you have to do something with it. And this way, there's a plan. It's always nice to have a plan. I wonder if I should get something else to go in the in-between spots. Thank you, Cheryl. I enjoyed having you. Thanks for hanging out. And sweet dreams. Let's see. I also have some little itty bitty tiny maple leaves. What do you think of that? Put those on there? Maybe. And then I just have hole punches. Let's use the maple leaves because they go with our leaf theme. Let's see how many we can find. Okay, I think that's going to have to be enough because I'm not seeing too many more in here. These are really pretty. Did these ones, these are the same leaves, but I did them with like distress sprays. Very pretty. Okay. Which I guess you could do them after you glue them down. That would be yet another way to do this. Now I have thrown my paintbrush into my watering can. You're back. Oh, good. You're going to get glued down with the leaves. Okay. So last time for the Choco box, we used this transparent red oxide and red oxide. And this time, I think we might try, I don't know, let's go with Payne's Gray as the darker underneath color. And then maybe we'll do like a titanium buff or something over the top of it as a wash. And the titanium buff should allow us to get good coverage on this. But then it will also I think it'll give us good coverage over the top of the darker color. And then we can water it down and kind of rub off what we don't want. That is the plan for this, to give it kind of a interesting sort of an aged look. And some dimension and let some of those details kind of pop out. So I'm going to heat gun this really quick and dry it. Okay. I think I put my Payne's Gray away. I need to organize all my paints. I'm going to organize my paints while Juju is on. That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to do this with Cerulean Deep Blue, because that's what we're going to use. And this brush is a little wet and probably has a little bit of gesso in it. And we want a background color on all of our leaves. And last time I did red titanium oxide, and it was really cool. Now we're just trying different color combinations. So now I have an idea book and I have a Commonplace book. And I know that one of the things that the Mary Atelier is doing in her Commonplace books, well, I don't know. I know what Juju is doing. And she's doing color swatches. Although I don't think all of her stuff, it seems, is going to fit into her idea books or her Commonplace book. I love this blue. Okay. Very pretty. Okay. So we have to make decisions. That is one of the things I want to put in my Commonplace book, which I showed at the beginning, is ideas for not really swatches of, like, you know, my paints and things, so much as I think I want to put in there different color palettes. So like if you watch Carrie the Crafter, he does a different color palette every week or every month. And there's just so many. I love color, and I love the way, like, playing with different ways that different colors go together. And I think that that would be very cool. Depending on what you're trying to do, this already looks really cool. I always think it's cool with the, like, gesso, because you get some really cool, like, with different papers will absorb it differently. So the cardstock is obviously different than this green cardstock that I used on the background, which is different than the little leaves that I put down. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I think that this is, like, really a thin enough coat. That is probably dry enough already. But we'll dry it a little bit more. So it's what I was kind of thinking. And this is going to be really, I mean, if I add, I kind of want to do the next layer so it's kind of a brown color. If I do that, that's like almost directly the opposite of what I did with the other box. And the other box, because I did, let's just try this and see how this goes. So this is, oh, well, this isn't what I thought it was. This is Dino Weekly acrylic paint in apricot. For some reason, I thought I had titanium buff out, which is why I've been talking about that. But this is maybe about the same. So you can put this on. And we can take some of this off if we feel like it's too much. I'm kind of really liking this kind of streaky and paintbrushy anyway. Like it's just a wash. That is so cool. Okay. Is this an idea for a pocket? No. This is really just kind of an idea for a background. You could certainly use this as a tag. Now, in your journal, I think I like that a lot. Cool way to just add dimension and use your die cuts to make texture. Love it, love it, love it. I do think it would be kind of fun to do a wash with some brown maybe. Just so we could get a little more like a little more let's try this. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I am going to put this on with a paper towel and then rub it off. You could almost do this with a baby wipe and use it in your scabby journal for where she says to paint with a baby wipe. This would be a great way to do that prompt. Now, I just kind of want to leave that like around the leaves and the holes. It's not really doing what I want it to do. Probably because I sprayed it with water first. I do like these colors together. It's kind of rusty oxide. What did I say it was? Red oxide. And this tealy blue color. I just think they look so cool together. And then with the leaves, it looks very fall. Fall skies and red leaves. Okay. That is cool. I love this, like, where it's like kind of just a little bit left. That's awesome. Because putting the red on top really lets the white come out. Okay. You guys can't even see that. A little bit. It's better in person. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It's very subtle, but it's very pretty. I think it's what it needs is maybe a little bit of metallic. I like it. I think it looks really cool. Yay, Cheryl! I'm excited to see what you did. I'm excited to see what everybody did. I'm excited to eat more chocolate and make another box because I had ideas and I love it when I have an idea and somebody else does it and then I feel like I don't have to. Because as long as I see it done, then I'm satisfied. I'm super excited. I think this is great. I love this technique. Okay. Love that. Let me see. We could make a little notebook out of this. This could be a cover for a little notebook. We could actually make a big notebook. This would make a pretty cover if you did like a Coptic bound notebook. Okay. Wouldn't that be fun for a cover? I like it. I think is what I'm going to do is I might a little bit of metallic paint might be good on here. And I did get out watercolor paints. Yeah. I think is what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal this with, you can tell I've been painting, so I must be happy. My favorite not you. I'm going to put some gloss medium varnish on top of this because I like the way it finishes it. I'm not going to put any metallic paint over the top of it right now because I decided not to. And I don't have to. And I need to maybe wash some of my paintbrushes out. I like this because it gives it a nice satiny shiny finish that's nice. And I think it's just going to keep all of the little edges from coming up. And I might keep this and just make a little tiny Coptic bound notebook out of it. I think it'd be very pretty. Because I like the colors. And I got way too much of this varnish. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do this all the time and try all of the colors. I'll make something else to put in my idea book, or I won't. I don't know if Michelle is still up. She might have gone to bed. I think she kind of goes to bed early. And I haven't seen her here for a while. And Cheryl, I have to say, you were super fast on doing your box because I literally took an entire day to do mine. I think I started it probably took me 12 hours. And I could have done it faster because I just let things dry, but I had a lot of like drying steps. So I would do a thing and then I would let it dry, and then did a thing and let it dry. And I told myself I was very smart for not doing it on a live because it would have been a 12-hour live. And most of it would have been just me laying on the couch looking at my phone. And then getting up and doing 20 minutes of stuff. I like it. Depends on which camera I look at. I'll put it closer. I should zoom in. There is way too much desk here. Look at this. It's so pretty. Okay. Okay, it is about 10 minutes, 13 minutes, I think, until Juju comes on. And I think I am going to get off of here and say goodnight to everybody. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. And if you haven't done so, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It was really a lot of fun hanging out with you guys and just kind of sharing what I've been doing all week. I will be back next Tuesday, and hopefully with any luck, I can get Thunder to come on with me, because that would be fun, because she does amazing stuff. So thanks for coming. Oh, be sure to watch look for Cheryl's video. She's doing an Curiously Altered chocolate box for Curious and Michelle's collaboration for the month of February, or at least the first 13 days of February leading up to Valentine's Day. Grab your chocolate boxes, eat your chocolates, and alter a box with us. Share it with hashtag Curiously Altered Choco Box. It'll be fun. Thanks for joining me tonight, and thanks for spending time with me and seeing what's going on at my craft desk. I really appreciate all of you for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye. Good night, Mr. Airsofty. Good night, your boy.